What's up, OG, triple OG?
It's your
OG,
man, y'all already
triple.
know what it is. We got
OG.
Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
I got so much patience with Darlene. Y'all sleep on what Darlene been through out here.
Well, don't worry, I won't hurt you, Corey. Don't worry, I won't hurt you.
Look at that picture up there, D.
I won't hurt you,
there
Corey.
There you go, D.
No, I wasn't smiling like that, and I was older.
That's Shannon Sharpe bitch right there.
Thank God the house didn't burn. Oh my God.
That's Shannon broad right there.
I mean, speaking of Shannon Sharpe, since we brought it up, I'm just saying, I am not happy this brother is going through what he's going through. But I hope the brother realized that he has a disorder. But what is his disorder? What do you think is wrong with Shannon Sharpe, Craig?
You want me to say it for real?
Please don't hold back.
Sprungness.
What do you think is wrong with the brother?
I think Shannon Sharpe is immature.
Oh, good. There you go.
I think he's immature. I think athletes, specifically athletes who were as good as him and have been successful as long as him, have a delusion about life where they think life should reflect anything that doesn't fuck with their ego. So like some motherfuckers only accept truth to a certain level because it's too uncomfortable. You know, certain people want you to be in a certain pocket. He's just used to everybody catering to him. Like, even the fact that we can't crack jokes on him unless he views us. Like, if we was NFL cats cracking jokes on Shannon, it wouldn't be no problem. We wouldn't be hating. But since socially we would be viewed as beneath him economically, we can't even crack jokes and do what we do for a career without, people on that level getting sensitive or thinking we haters. So I just think he's shielded by his success, and it makes him weak, in my opinion.
Hey,
yeah.
You could set him up whenever y'all ready. He could just come in or whatever. It's all good. We just got to scoot over a little bit. Then you got to get closer to me.
Oh man, not really.
What do you think is wrong with your boyfriend crush?
That ain't a boyfriend. Goodness sake.
Your crush. He's a crush of yours. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm furthest from
You
embarrassed.
won't fan in the thumb through.
I could help fix that. I could fix his speech impediment. No, I just think he's a good-looking man for his age and everything. His shape and everything.
What up, dog?
He's a handsome fella. But I think he's just, I think he's too gullible and too trusting with that young girl. I'm like, what was he thinking?
Craig, scoot over a little bit.
He allowed too much to happen.
Y'all have set the cameras up where they work, right?
Too trusting.
We got the brother. I want him to answer this question too. We got somebody that was gonna be here last week, but he came this week, and we always glad to have him.
Oh, excuse me.
He was in a pop lock competition, won first place.
Come on, sit down here, y'all. Welcome, brother Rizza Islam, to the show. Brother Rizza, you all right? Always got that smooth ass hair, boy. God damn, I'm gonna get some Murrays. I'm finna give me some Murrays and lay my shit down, man. God damn it.
Yes, sir. Good to see everybody.
You too.
Rizza, see if you could jump in on this question, bro.
Yes, sir.
What do you think the brother Shannon Sharpe's problem is? What do you think his problem is? Why is he jammed up right now, in your opinion, brother? I know that hit you. Do you need a minute? You want me to go first, or you want to go?
You can go ahead.
Okay, good. I don't want to put it, because I always try to make sure brother Rizza Islam stays neutral. So that's why I'm going to speak my piece, and then I'm sure it'll give him time to gather his thoughts. You won't be neutral?
Oh,
Okay. Well, listen.
I don't trust the white woman. Go ahead.
No, do you want to go into that first?
I don't trust the white woman.
You don't trust the who?
The white woman.
Okay, why don't you trust her?
Because she is. Okay.
What about albinos?
Here we go, Craig. You know what, Craig?
The certified Caucasian white woman I don't trust.
The devil is not welcome here!
And that is because throughout history, her position has been to cause a circumstance and deny that it has ever happened. Deny that she was the cause of it, pretend that she's the victim. This is how this goes. Take down a big black man and pretend, hey, I had nothing to do with it. Or
She taught the sisters that, though, right?
Yes.
Because they talk about this a white woman.
There are a number of
I'm
women-
talking about all the women I know act like they don't know what the happened.
Oh, yeah,
And they was the orchestrator
Margaret
of the
Sanger?
bullshit.
I was going, brother.
Yeah,
they
Margaret
said the
Sanger.
mic is off, I think.
It's on now?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Go
so-
ahead, Rizza. Let me let you land. My bad.
So the basic thing is we have to stop pretending that in 2025 that the feminist movement is equal for all women. All right, number one. So when it comes to this circumstance, Shannon Sharpe is being taken down because he's messing with a young girl, number one, beyond his young age limit. Number two, it is a white woman, so they always have that card. Their cousin is normally a police officer. Their uncle is normally a judge. Their grandfather is some high-ranking official. They can always pull that card and take you down no matter how high you go. So that's the first thing you need to understand is if you're going to go into that system, just be mindful, no matter what she says, no matter how comfortable she makes you think she is with you. Keep your receipts and record if that's the lifestyle you want to live. If that's where you're going, then you need to protect yourself.
And you know this, man.
The reality is you should not go in that direction. Now, on the other end, there are a lot of black women who do the same thing nowadays that a lot of white women do. So this is the reason why I said the feminism circumstance is not equal. But there are a lot of them who do these things because they have been removed from their name, language, culture, religion, God. They don't know who the hell they are. And so they're taking on the identity of who they think is the winner. The white woman has been looked at as the winner. So they take on that mentality, those actions, those behaviors. Right now, it is a competition to see how many people can get with a man, sue the man, lie on a man, and get a paycheck. That's a new job description for a lot of women nowadays.
Man, will you
Right.
please say that one
It's
more
just a
time
job
so they don't
description.
miss that?
A lot of people don't want to work, so a lot of women now have literally looked at how can I get with a man with a lot of money, make it seem as though everything that he's saying is cool, I love him, I'm comfortable with him, and then just lie on him, say he raped me, sue him, and get a lot of money. Quick come up, or get a baby, because that's the old school tactic. Get a baby that's 18 years of free rent, free everything, boom. This is very sick. Now, I don't like having to say this, but this is the truth. Brittany Renner said that.
But you specifically said, and I quote, athletes don't use condoms. If you want to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete because they're really, really dumb.
Really, really dumb. I did say that.
She outlined it very, very clearly. She said, well, if y'all want to just have 18 years of just free everything, get with one of these dumb athletes and get pregnant by them. This is what she said. She said it out loud. It is a business now. The problem is if you're a big black man who became successful like our brother, be careful because a lot of them are placed around you and you think that you are above the system.
I'll be there when the white man don't need me no more. And let this be yet another reminder that no matter how much money you got, you still just a
You will always be checked by them. That was a play from the beginning. What the hell is wrong with you being with a sister that is, or a white woman in particularly, between the age of 19 and 25? And you're
I
up
know
in
why.
your 50s. No, I mean, like, realistically, what are you doing?
Well, I think the reason that he has true conversations with a woman who is a child to him, the reason you have a true conversation, besides being lame, and that ain't no diss, that's a real word, besides being lame, not knowing, is because you are in self-conflict at a very high level. Why in the world would you have a conversation with a fucking kid you fucking? I mean, she's grown, but I'm saying, what are you talking to her about?
No, fuck a talk.
What are you talking to a girl who's 20 and Caucasian about, and you're an elderly black man? He really thought them muscles made him something special. You a old sucker, dude. Every bitch that's under 30, every time they begin conversation with me, I'm like, wait. I just passed my cover out here. Now shut the fuck up.
Shut up!
And let me go through this chain without conversation. I don't have conversation for a younger woman. If I got you about 20 years, you here for a purpose. And that purpose is not to conversate with me. How much extra to be quiet and get naked so I can go when I'm through?
But they got firmer vaginas.
This is a fact.
So, I mean, I understand why he's doing it, but it's
A young,
I don't
wet,
think it's that.
Know the rules of the game you're playing.
You know the rules, and so do I.
What is
all
the
I'm saying.
rules of the game
Know
we're
the
playing,
rules
brother?
of the game you are playing.
Help
if
us,
you
brother.
know the system that you are dealing with, this is 2025. Everything's recorded, number one. Number two, lawsuits being tossed out here like candy. Be mindful. Number three, protect yourself. If you live in this janky type of lifestyle, frivolous, where you have no discipline, you want to have sex with everybody, promiscuous, okay, you have something called NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. That's what people do. Protect yourself. If you want to be this stupid, and I'm saying it just like this because I don't get it, brother.
I ain't trying to cut you off, Rizza, but you have to, I hope you come up with the words as I say this to the people.
Yes.
You cannot be embarrassed to broker sex.
Right.
And it sounds
You
like
simply can't think that you smooth as hell because you swole with a cat suit on talking to Cat Williams.
You're a mark.
But wasn't he already? He was already.
You had on a
Like a
cat
target.
suit
Well, yeah.
while you was
Hood
talking to
and
Cat.
specific. You're a target mark.
But he was already paying. He was already paying.
But can I tell you something? Are we gonna miss this point? If I'm talking to Rizza and I got on my sweatsuit that is fitting like a cat suit, I'm gonna be like, hey, brother Rizza, let me change before I holler at you. Now, I'm saying, is it me who thinks like that and I'm weird, or is that appropriate? I shouldn't be talking to you in tights, Rizza.
Not at all.
Look at this picture. I should not be looking at you like, hey, man, so what's up?
He got a nipple ring too, man.
He flirting with that man. Everybody he have on them suits with, he flirting with him.
When you get to a certain level, you have comfort in the homosexual atmosphere.
I'm not gay no more.
Explain that, please.
There's a comfort that this is where there's a threshold that people cross, and really, for some of them, it's very slow how it becomes gradually. Normally, when they start getting into the millionaire or this, I believe it's the millionaire status around certain people, sports, movies and film, things of that nature, the black men start to become less masculine. You were saying this earlier. They start crossing their legs more. They start wearing more tight-fitted clothing. They talk softer. Their wrist starts to get a little looser. I've noticed this every single time.
Right?
To fit in, to make people not uncomfortable with their masculinity. People can feel the energy when you walk in the room.
Less threatened.
Less threatened. You have to be, because if I'm going to be a threat, that's less paychecks, less money, less success that I'm going to get. I'm going to go higher at a less trajectory. If I'm going to be accepted, I have to be broken in every way. How I dress, how I walk, how I talk, how I look. I'm laughing at every joke. I'm bucking my eyes. I'm cheesing, laughing at every single thing that's not funny because I want to get that check. And it happens every single time. I watch it every time. And whether if you're an actor, whether if you're an athlete, you're trying to get that new contract, it doesn't matter what it is. And I watched it with not only Shannon, but many different people. And my only question is, thinking nowadays, it's 2025, we have ways of making our own money. We have ways of being independent to become millionaires independently. We don't even need them. Right. So why do y'all keep doing this? And then you get mad when you get caught up with the same circumstance, same system, same everything, same outcome. Many of them think they can outsmart this system.
Well, everybody is not wise enough to move up. There are people who are going to stay at the level they're at or even lower. This is what we have to face. Everybody is not going to be elite. There are people out here that are going to shine my fucking shoe. You were born to do this. If you're 40, shine in my shoe. 40 and up. Don't ever try to be nothing more. If you shine in shoes at 40 plus, you are a shoe shiner. And nobody wants to say this stuff. But I'm smart enough to realize that don't mean you're a bad person. It just means when you try to be like me, because there's a lot of people that don't like me because they try to be like me. They come around me. They do everything I do. And they won't say, I don't like you because it ain't working for me. They find another reason to not like me.
Of course.
But what I'm saying is we have to realize everybody is not going to be elite. I hate that Shannon is he's so up with who he is. He's actually having a conversation with a young woman that he's paying for sex as if she's his friend.
Let's just make it very clear, brother.
You know what you did to me? Yeah, she gonna keep doing shit to you. You are old, goofy who think you the shit.
Yeah, he sounded like a little.
I'm gonna choke you. Black man choke white woman.
Brother, when I saw that slave talk,
A slave man, wasn't nothing wrong with slavery.
Yeah.
I know that.
When I saw them slave terminologies with that whole, I want you to put a big black baby in me. I said, that she got him.
Yeah, that kind
was
of
it.
role playing
That's
like
wild.
that. What kind of man?
No, I mean it was scary because I knew he didn't realize.
But what we ain't bold enough to talk about, Rizza, Craig, Darlene, this is what we ain't bold enough to talk about. As a man, do you know what kind of discipline you have to have when you got boss money
Come on, bro.
and not who you want to
Come on, brother.
The discipline has to be through the roof, because if you got paper, you the bitches you want to If you got paper, the world is your oyster. So what can we do, Brother Rizza, when we got money to walk amongst the have-nots, the attractive have-nots, because that's what she is, right? I'm gonna let you have it first, Craig and D, because I know Rizza gonna be long-winded with it, because we need this information.
I ain't been in a long time, yo. I ain't been in a long time.
Like Shannon Sharpe, like you see him right there. To me, he looks like me and him the same age, probably. I'm 55. If I'm f***ing that girl right there, I know I ain't shit to her. But do she know she ain't shit to me? I'm gonna make that very clear. And we're not gonna play with each other. I buy pussy from you. Stop asking me if we going to the mall together. Here go the money, you go to the mall, get what the fuck you gonna get. I can't be seen with you. It's older bitches out there I need to see me through. I can't be out there with you, but I'm saying, what do we do? What kind, Craig, I know if you got $100 million in the bank, you gonna fuck bitches and get a hair transplant. I already know it. I already know it. Discipline. Why? You see how you got that one little braid pulled to the side? I know what that is, Craig. You see it, D? Look at it. It's like the lining right there.
Hey, there we go. Hey,
but what do you do when it's nothing? These girls will be like don't nobody be getting $25,000 a cheek. Motherfucker, the average girl who stayed south of Wilshire.
But she already knew he was a mark. That's why she said that.
Right. They want a couple of dollars where they can make sure their utilities are on point. And I am one who takes advantage of the fact that I got that couple of dollars for you. Now I don't want no young girl like that as a friend I talk to. I would broker something like that if I was going after something like that, because I don't want to be manipulated with her voice, because I'll be like, look, little bitch, I ain't stupid. I know what it is. Yeah. Pull that monkey out. Let me do what I do. How much it costs to put tape on your mouth? That's what I tell her. I don't want to talk to you.
No, fuck a talk.
I don't want to talk to you, baby. I want your body. I want to wash up looking at you. I want you in the bathroom when I'm washing up. I want to be looking at you. And while I hang that rag up on, wherever I hang it up on.
There goes Shannon. That's Howlin' Wolf right there.
What, you stupid. Oh, boy, you stupid, dog. That's real?
Yeah, that's Howlin' Wolf. That's a blues.
Man, will y'all get this to Abe or not ill and tell him to put that picture up there? That's a blues singer?
Yeah, legend. Howlin'
I think Shannon needs to see this, because I know he's watching the show. That court.
No,
I'll beat his ass.
I think the problem is status. Okay, status.
Yeah, take it.
We only really acknowledge a couple different relationship statuses. Can you say status plural? Is it status? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Say statuses.
It's
for my audience.
Got married, right?
Correct.
But back in the day, they had a classification called a concubine.
Correct.
Okay, a concubine is not a wife, but she's a woman that's a part of the man's life, and she's there for sexual purposes.
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, be that time.
And she can also bear children. The man's responsibility is to house her, clothe her, and make sure she's taken care of, but she doesn't have the status of a wife.
What's up, Miss Lips?
Yeah, the issue is we have concubines who are being assigned wife status. So shit is out of order. You know what I mean? So, like Solomon, he had 600, was it 600 concubines? 700?
Yeah,
like, that's a normal thing in some societies.
He was a boss.
To have a living bitch you can fuck on when you tired
With your
of
girl.
Yeah, so that's the problem.
I mean, I want to talk about that next, but I'm saying, like, D, did you keep your thought? I know
did.
it's been a while.
I
Go
did.
ahead, give it to us, D. We don't
No.
really like when you talk.
Go ahead, D.
What happened?
We don't like when you talk.
Oh, so you're speaking for everybody? He said
No,
we.
that's
Okay. Anyway.
D, what I'm saying, we don't really want you to say.
my
No, I'm
God,
fucking with you.
precise,
Go
okay,
ahead.
precise, Jesus. The levels, the sound level of this man's voice. Anyway, what I was going
D,
to...
we really... No, I'm just fucking with
Jesus
you.
Christ.
I'm sorry.
What?
Go ahead, D.
Go with
No,
you, D.
I don't now see now I lost I don't remember the guy's name who said it, but there was another fella who was in the same business, right? A football player. And he's recently made a nice a comment by saying you would think that because of where he came from, that he'd have got all that out the way. Because look, he was in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I thought about it and I was like, gosh darn it, you're right. So there's
That's somebody who don't know what they're talking about.
No,
when
here's the
when
thing,
your
but there's a
penis
money
functions, you still want Bombay shit. And
Well,
if you
of
can
course.
afford it, you're going to go for
Right,
it.
but that kind of behavior and all that, and just thinking you can get away with it. When you've got contracts coming up, when you've got a certain level, when you see that you're making more money than you say you did when you were in the NFL, so why would you now jeopardize that?
Well,
So,
see, I'll say it this way because he definitely had enough experience from all those years, so he knows that this is not new. But I will say he was caught up in a honey trap. Okay, now, in a honey trap, also known as love traps, it is an Israeli tactic. It's an Israeli Mossad agent governmental tactic.
Ooh, we get some deep shit.
Where people are set up with agents. Women are set up to be around you, right? They're agents. They have a mark. They're giving your folder. This is the person. Let's say it's Craig. Okay, Craig Smith. This is where he lives. This is what he likes. The common places he eats. How he dresses. What his show is. What are his likes, his dislikes. What kind of food. All this stuff. They're given a folder. This is very real. And they study it. They learn everything about you. And they go to the common places where you normally are. Then they start to finish your sentences for you. They start to bring you things. And I saw you over there, like this, man. I like the way you talk, man. That joke was funny, etc.
Intention bombing.
Intention, all that, or love bombing. And
Right,
so you
but they're
get
doing
caught in
intention
that.
bombing.
Next thing you know, they have you in the bed with them. Next thing you know, you're involved with them. Now they're around you in your life and all this. And you're like, damn, I love this woman. All of a sudden, and then boom. Oh, he raped me. Oh, boom. You had a $100 million contract coming down the line. I'm suing you for $50 million. That was a mark hit. That is a honey trap, love trap, Israeli Mossad tactic. It is very real. Happens all the time. Now, whether or not she directly was instructed to do that, she did that. She's an OnlyFans individual, which means money is the first thing. I'm using men's lust for me to get money. I'm going to go after a big fish. Shannon Sharpe, making a lot of money. I've been hanging around with him. Let me see how much money I can get out of this man. $100 million contract. If I say now, I can get at least half of that. This is very real. It is a business. And one thing I don't want us to misunderstand is that just because a lot of these individual females are OnlyFans models doesn't mean they're unintelligent. They're very intelligent with how they move. They're very calculated with what they're doing. How do you think these women feel going up here showing their bodies for $5.99 a month, $10.99, whatever their damn price is? They know this is going to be on the internet forever. They know it's going to be out there. They know they've already factored that in, most of them. They know. But once they get to a certain caliber where they're invited to these back house parties, they're around certain celebrities and artists, they get dressed a certain way, they get the BBLs done, they get dressed up, fitted, all of that just to catch the attention of certain people who they've been planning to get for a very long time. This is intentional. I'm not going to pretend as if, it just happens. These Negroes are targeted.
Right.
And they're open to be targeted. They make themselves targeted. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, in the last days, it is our righteousness that will sustain us. Meaning, if you're not on point and in check, you will not be able to see the agents, the snakes in the field. You won't be able to see them because you're so caught up in the nostalgia. I feel so good. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm successful and all that. And they just sitting there like, I'm about to take this down. You don't even know.
All right, the brother Rizza, he broke down a lot of good points as far as trying to outsmart the system. And there's been a lot of examples of our men trying to outsmart the system, but the system gonna win. In the end, Monique and Cat Williams did a interview with Shannon Sharpe, and they tried to warn this man.
You gonna learn today.
But he got all his money right now, so can't nobody tell him nothing. It seemed like he do got some type of disorder problem or some type of insecurity. But let's talk about these others, these Caucasian women. Just like they said, it kind of hit me hard when they was talking about this because I looked at a video of a guy saying that, black people don't have a culture. And, you know, I really like thought about that and was like, damn, why you say that? We got all kind of, you know, things that we done made and did and, you know, we the best at and all that stuff. But if you really look at it, we don't have a culture. And why I say that is because we learned everything from the white man. Just like they mentioned about our sisters learning that from the white woman. Learning how to trap a man up or lie on a man or, you know, call authority on a man and you know, like really having by the balls. And it's like, where did they get that from? Where did they get an abortion and my body, my choice and all that? Our sisters learned a lot from the white woman. Like, where's our real culture? Because if people believe that this is our culture, then your mind is still scrambled a little bit. But 50 Cent had a song, Have a Baby by Me, Baby, Be a Millionaire.
Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire.
And a lot of women probably paid attention to that. I need to have a baby by this rich man so my life can be established. I don't need to worry about income and finances and stuff like this. I can get it from him. Brittany Winter, she said it, you know, as far as these athletes being dumb, just have a baby by him. You'll be taken care of for 18 years. And the amount of child support that these women is getting is ridiculous. Just because this man make a certain amount of money, they got to pay all this money to this woman that they didn't have a child by? Getting back to the subject as far as with Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe didn't protect himself. Shannon Sharpe, he didn't pay attention to the rules. Shannon Sharpe is blinded by the system. It's like he don't know the system. And then when somebody hear the truth or you trying to tell somebody the truth, people only accept the truth to a certain level. And the reason why is because it makes them uncomfortable. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth.
He ain't lying.
If it's smack dead in their face, but eventually the truth will catch up with you. If you listen to the videotapes of Shannon Sharpe and this woman talking and I guess role playing and all that, I looked at it as it was some type of a role play with some of the stuff that they were saying. But Shannon Sharpe, I guess Shannon Sharpe, he was on some type of dominatrix stuff, you know, that role playing and, you know, when he's talking about choking her and all that stuff. If you smart enough, you know what they was talking about or what type of conversation they was having. But a lot of things that Rizza was saying, you know, I agree with. As far as these black men getting this money and then they want to fit in and they losing their masculinity and they change. And I've watched and seen a lot of men like this. And he's not the same person or, you know, the person he used to be, which probably was better. You know, he probably was humble back then or whatnot. But this stuff happened time and time again to brothers where they fall into these traps by these women. And it got to be the money that got them going like this and where they can't think straight and have some type of rational thinking. We're going to see how all this play out. I know Shannon Sharpe did offer the woman $10 million, but she turned it down. She wanted the $50 million. And that right there, I don't get that part right there, that she turned down $10 million. You know, just like P. Diddy, he gave that lady, I forgot her name or whatever, but he gave that lady a certain amount of money, you know, and he gave it to her quick. Like, you got a chance to get $10 million just like that. $10 million? $10 million is a lot of money. But if you get into this type of lifestyle where you're making a lot of money, you know, you're an actor or you're a basketball player, football player or whatever, just be ready to be taken down by the system because the system don't give a damn about you and the system is against you. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole Shannon Sharpe thing and let's talk about it in the comments.
OG?
It's your man, y'all already know what it is. To the next video is Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.